Have you ever felt surrounded by people, yet still felt a deep sense of loneliness, as though you were carrying the weight of the world alone? Or perhaps you've attended social gatherings where, despite the laughter and conversation, you felt disconnected, unable to truly connect with anyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are going to dive into a profound and often overlooked aspect of human existence, the loneliness that can arise even in the midst of a crowd. We'll explore the wisdom of Buddha, who spoke of the lonely shadow in the sea of people, and how we can find true resonance and connection in a world that often seems filled with noise and superficial interactions. In this video, we'll reflect on how to navigate the loneliness that can come with living in a world full of distractions, expectations, and external pressures. We'll also explore how we can deepen our connections with others and ourselves, and ultimately, how to cultivate true resonance amidst the noise of everyday life. The paradox of loneliness in a crowded world. We live in a time when social media, digital connections, and constant communication have made it easier than ever to be surrounded by people. Yet, despite these seemingly endless opportunities for connection, many of us feel more isolated than ever. The paradox is clear. In a world so connected, we can still feel profoundly alone. I've experienced this feeling firsthand, particularly during times when I was surrounded by others but felt as though I was carrying a heavy weight on my shoulders. There have been moments when I found myself in a crowded room, surrounded by friends, colleagues, and acquaintances, yet I couldn't shake the feeling of being disconnected. It was as if I was just a spectator, observing the interactions around me, without truly participating. This sense of loneliness isn't unique to me. Many of us go through periods where we feel disconnected from others, even when we are physically present in social situations. The truth is, true connection isn't just about being around people, it's about feeling seen, understood, and accepted for who we truly are. Without this deeper connection, even the busiest social scene can feel empty and unfulfilling. Buddha's teaching on the lonely shadow in the sea of people resonates deeply with this experience. He observed that, despite being surrounded by others, many people go through life without forming meaningful connections. They may be physically present, but emotionally, they remain isolated, unable to truly connect with the world around them. The root of loneliness, a lack of true connection. At the heart of this sense of isolation is a lack of true resonance with others. In many of our interactions, we focus on surface-level conversations, small talk, and pleasantries, but we rarely take the time to truly understand one another on a deeper level. This lack of meaningful connection can leave us feeling unfulfilled, no matter how many people we interact with. I recall a time when I was going through a difficult personal challenge. I attended several social gatherings, but instead of feeling supported or understood, I felt even more isolated. It wasn't until a close friend reached out and asked me how I was really feeling, without any judgment, without rushing to offer solutions, that I began to feel a sense of connection. It was in that moment of true empathy and understanding that I realized the key to overcoming loneliness isn't just being around people, but being seen and heard in a way that allows us to share our authentic selves. Buddha's wisdom reminds us that true connection is rooted in the ability to resonate with others on a deeper, more meaningful level. It's about being present and open, allowing others to see us as we truly are, and offering the same in return. When we allow ourselves to truly connect, we transcend the loneliness that comes from merely existing alongside others. The path to true resonance, cultivating authentic connections. So, how do we move from the surface-level interactions that often leave us feeling disconnected to the deeper, more meaningful connections that can bring us a sense of true resonance? The first step is to cultivate authentic relationships, grounded in honesty, vulnerability, and empathy. In my own life, I've learned that the most meaningful connections come when we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, when we open up about our struggles, our fears, and our dreams. It's easy to hide behind a mask, to put on a facade of strength or perfection, especially in a society that values achievement and success. But true resonance is found when we drop those masks and allow ourselves to be seen for who we truly are, imperfections and all. I remember a conversation with a friend during a particularly tough period. Instead of offering advice or trying to fix my problems, my friend simply listened. She allowed me to express my feelings without interruption, without judgment. In that moment, I felt a deep sense of connection. Her presence and understanding gave me the space to process my emotions, and I felt truly seen. It was in this act of vulnerability that our connection deepened, and I realized that authentic relationships are built on trust, openness, and a willingness to share our true selves. Finding resonance with ourselves, the importance of self-awareness. In order to truly connect with others, we must first learn to connect with ourselves. Self-awareness is the foundation of all meaningful relationships, because it allows us to understand our own needs, values, and emotions. When we are in tune with ourselves, we are better able to communicate our thoughts and feelings to others in a way that fosters understanding and connection. I've found that the practice of mindfulness has been instrumental in helping me cultivate self-awareness. By taking time each day to reflect on my thoughts, emotions, and experiences, I've gained a greater understanding of myself and the patterns that shape my behavior. This self-awareness has allowed me to be more present in my relationships, as I am better able to communicate my needs and listen to the needs of others. Buddha's teachings emphasize the importance of self-awareness in the journey toward enlightenment. He believed that in order to understand others, we must first understand ourselves. Only through self-awareness can we break free from the mental and emotional patterns that keep us trapped in isolation and disconnection. The challenge of being present, overcoming the noise of the world. One of the greatest challenges in finding true resonance, both with ourselves and others, is the noise of the world. We are constantly bombarded with distractions, social media, work demands, personal pressures that pull us away from the present moment. When we are distracted, we are unable to truly engage with ourselves or those around us. I've found that the key to overcoming this noise is the practice of mindfulness. By intentionally slowing down and focusing on the present moment, we can tune out the distractions and connect with the world in a deeper way. Whether it's taking a few minutes each day to meditate, going for a walk without distractions, or simply being present during a conversation, these small acts of mindfulness allow us to reconnect with ourselves and others on a deeper level. When we practice mindfulness, we begin to cultivate a sense of resonance with the present moment. Instead of being lost in our thoughts or worries, we become fully immersed in the experience at hand. This presence allows us to connect more deeply with others, as we are no longer distracted by the noise of the world. Conclusion. The Buddha's teachings remind us that true connection and resonance are found when we go beyond surface-level interactions and cultivate authentic relationships grounded in empathy, vulnerability, and self-awareness. In a world filled with distractions and superficial connections, it's easy to feel isolated and alone. But by cultivating mindfulness and practicing the art of being present, we can overcome the loneliness that often arises amidst the noise of everyday life. I hope today's video has inspired you to reflect on your own connections with others and with yourself. Remember, the key to overcoming loneliness isn't just about being around people, it's about being truly seen and understood. When we cultivate authentic relationships, we find resonance not only with others but also with the deeper truths of who we are. Thank you for watching today's video. If you found this content valuable, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more insights on personal growth and meaningful connections. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to leave a comment below and share your own experiences with loneliness and connection. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.